In the year 218 BC, the fragile peace between two ancient superpowers, Rome and Carthage, shattered, plunging the Mediterranean world into the Second Punic War. From the heart of Carthaginian territory in Spain, a military genius named Hannibal Barca embarked on one of the most audacious campaigns in history. He gathered his army, complete with war elephants, and began a perilous journey over the snow-capped Alps, a feat previously thought impossible. His destination, the very heart of Italy. After enduring incredible hardship and losing many men and animals to the harsh mountain terrain, Hannibal finally descended into the plains of northern Italy. There, by the banks of the Ticinus River, he would face his first true test against the legions of Rome. This wasn't just a battle, it was the opening act of a conflict that would define an era. Hannibal arrived in Italy with a battle-hardened but depleted force of around 20,000 infantry and 6,000 elite cavalry. His opponent, the Roman consul Publius Cornelius C., commanded a larger army, but his troops were less experienced and not yet accustomed to Hannibal's unconventional style of warfare. While the Romans relied on the disciplined strength of their heavy infantry, Hannibal's strategy was built around speed, flexibility, and the unmatched skill of his Numidian cavalry. These light horsemen from North Africa were masters of scouting, harassment, and swift, decisive charges. Hannibal knew that to defeat the Roman powerhouse, he couldn't rely on brute force alone. He needed to outthink, outmaneuver, and exploit every weakness his enemy presented. He planned to use his cavalry as a surgical instrument to disorient and break the rigid Roman formations before his infantry even had to engage. The clash at the Ticinus River wasn't a large, set-piece battle, but rather a swift and brutal cavalry engagement that showcased Hannibal's tactical brilliance. As the Roman forces advanced, confident in their numbers, Hannibal sprang his trap. He sent his heavy cavalry straight into the Roman spearmen, pinning them in place. At the same time, his swift Numidian cavalry circled around, unseen, and slammed into the Roman flanks and rear. The surprise was total. The Roman lines, not prepared for an attack from multiple directions, instantly buckled and broke. Chaos erupted as the Roman cavalry, caught completely off guard, was routed. Even the consul Publius Scipio was severely wounded in the fray, and was only saved by the brave intervention of his young son. The future, Scipio, the Roman forces, thoroughly demoralized and outmaneuvered, had no choice but to retreat, leaving the field and the first victory in Italy to Hannibal. Though the Battle of Ticinus was a relatively small encounter, its strategic impact was immense. For Hannibal, it was a crucial first win on Italian soil. The victory provided a massive morale boost to his weary troops, who had just survived the grueling crossing of the Alps. It also sent a powerful message to the Gallic tribes of northern Italy, many of whom were wavering in their allegiance to Rome. Seeing Hannibal's strength, several tribes soon defected and joined his cause, swelling his ranks with fresh soldiers and supplies. For Rome, Ticinus was a rude awakening. It was the first, chilling demonstration of Hannibal's tactical genius and the deadly effectiveness of his cavalry. The mighty legions, so accustomed to victory, had been humbled. This small battle on a quiet riverbank cleared Hannibal's path deeper into Italy and set the stage for the even greater and more devastating confrontations to come, like the battles of Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and Cannae. The legacy of the Battle of Ticinus extends far beyond its immediate outcome. It was the opening statement of Hannibal's military philosophy, that superior strategy, mobility, and the element of surprise could triumph over superior numbers. It forced the Romans to reconsider their tactics and taught them a painful lesson about underestimating their enemy. This initial clash was the first note in a symphony of war that would push the Roman Republic to the brink of collapse. It wasn't just a victory of arms, but a victory of intellect. Hannibal proved that the mind of a commander was the most powerful weapon on the battlefield, a lesson that would be studied by military leaders for centuries to come. The Battle of Ticinus marked the moment Rome truly understood the scale of the threat it faced, heralding a new and terrifying chapter in the history of ancient warfare. Thanks for watching. If you found this dive into ancient history interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of epic battles and legendary commanders. See you next time.